Show us. That doesn't really work, does it? Have you tried? Oh, that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Better. So much better. What a fantastic, fantastic tune. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. I've been Donald Trump. Thank you and good night.
Then what size?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Toffee Brand Coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
Went from loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hi!
I just want everyone to be aware we have sent Melanie undercover as a liberal wine mom so she can
going to the
infiltrate.
anti-ICE protest right now.
Yep, that's always good. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. How's everyone doing this fine Tuesday? How are you guys doing?
Well, that Steelers humiliation ritual's done, so
Yeah.
I'm
Time to move
coping.
on next year.
Yeah.
What do you guys do now? You watch? Do you keep watching, or you let it go?
Oh, I'm gonna keep watching.
Oh.
I do not. I tune it out. I block like NFL and everything on X. I need, when you blow an 18-point lead at halftime, it's a little different than just getting blown out, I think. I would have rather been blown out
Yeah.
than basically having the game won and just shitting it away and then have maybe the worst fans in the world with the rubbins. But so yeah, I will lock it down until baseball season.
Yeah,
now.
my brother's a Patriots fan though, so I've got to support him by and now the Patriot when they get out, like then I really have no interest. I mean, I kind of like I'm digging the Seahawks right now, but also because they just really helped my fantasy team so much, helped me win the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I got love for them, but I'm not that invested anymore.
At least
I'm surprised your brother's a Patriots fan, Melanie. I mean, is that from like your upstate New York days? What happened?
bandwagoner.
No, he wasn't. He was a fan. Like, we went to the game where Tom Brady got his first start. He was a backup, and my dad was talking to him. Like, nobody
No way.
nobody cared about him back then, and like, it was crazy. But no, yeah, basically, like, growing up in a military family, my dad, he was a Saints fan, and he's like, kids, you guys are picking your own team. Saints are mine. And so we're like, okay, I got library books. I liked the Steelers. I read theirs. That's how I picked them. And my brothers picked theirs based off of what team they like to play in ABC Monday Night Football on the Super Nintendo. So
shout out ABC random. Monday Night Football. Yeah.
Yeah, my little brother is a Jets fan, sadly. So he's been sticking with them though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a Steelers. They were my first electric football team. But like the old Steelers, like Franco Harris and like I'm not, maybe a coach swap, maybe LaFleur for Tomlin, just to mix it up.
Oh, that'd be interesting, but I don't think Tomlin once he'll be done before he switches teams. Like he's expressed interest in wanting to do TV and stuff. So
he'll get $30 million a year to do TV.
Exactly.
He'll get the Brady contract, and he doesn't have to deal with any stress.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll probably do TV.
That'd be good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are a lot of news today. Obviously, we'll start with Scott Adams passing this morning. Just some basic thoughts. It's not, I'm not one of those, like, I didn't know him. Okay. Right. I had a lot of respect for him for speaking hard truths at a time in which he had so much to lose. Mm-hmm. He was not my dad. I didn't grow up reading Dilbert. Everybody knew Dilbert,
Yeah, Dilbert did have a big, like, massive cultural impact. I mean,
yes.
And he was innovative. I was reading today about how he, like, put his email at the end of the comic strip to get ideas from real, like, office workers in America. So it's, like, a cool legacy. And obviously now a lot of people that might have mourned him more respectfully in the past have written him off for, talking about race-related crime statistics. But I think his passing is really sad. And I think a lot of people have seen people suffer with tragic cancer diagnosis. I mean, it doesn't sound like it was an easy end. He was very sick for quite a long time.
Yeah, I didn't really watch a lot of his videos at the end there because he was just like so sick that it was kind of hard for me to like. I said in the video when I covered it, like, that'll be me. Like, I'll be in my hospital bed and I'll be like, "What's up, guys?" It's like,
yeah, that'll be me too. Like, that'll be me too. It is, yeah.
I was like, it was like too real. I was like, okay, I know that, like, I'm gonna be working till the very, like, I just don't ever see myself giving this up. But I mean, yeah, he was, and you know what? I don't know if did he call himself an atheist? Or was he just agnostic forever? He was definitely not religious. Mm-hmm. He said he accepted Christ in the end.
Okay, that's good. Praise God. Like, that's great. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Although even his letter where he's like, well, I said basically, like, the cost benefit analysis of accepting Christ now is like, and I was like, well, dude, you're on your deathbed, like.
He's right. There's nothing to lose.
Yeah, right. I was kind of like, I get it. Like, you have nothing to lose, bro.
A win is a win.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it takes for people, Yeah. Better late than never, as they say.
Exactly.
Well, I think he said, yeah, if I wake up in heaven, then, well, I guess I was wrong or something like that. So he seemed at least pretty, He was funny until the end, I think. Yeah. I think he's, and he was a big part of the Rumble family. I know that. And, when he's basically quoted black crime statistics, they took everything from him. Mm-hmm. Fortunately for him, I think he probably had fucking piles of money that they couldn't take away from him, but they stopped running his ad, they stopped running his comic strip, I think, and they stopped, you know,
stop running his comic strip. I mean, I think he was kind of socially othered by a lot of people, but I also think it, like, for a lot of people, made him sort of this cultural folk hero in a way that Dilbert alone may not have.
yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I hope that, you know, I don't know. I saw yesterday, or it was yesterday. They're like, he's in hospice. I'm like, okay, well, you know, anybody who's been through cancer kind of, I mean, it's, you know how it's going to end.
Right.
So hopefully he wasn't in too much pain. And, yeah, so rest in peace, Scott Adams. Of course, People magazine called him disgraced in the headline, which I think is hilarious. I think that Scott Adams,
you, People magazine, to you.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that if you ask Scott Adams what work he found more important, he would probably have said his last 5 years of like podcasting and fellowship and speaking his mind as opposed to drawing cartoons. I just have a feeling, you know, I mean, how many cartoon drawers are there that are even relevant anymore? Zero?
True, not that many. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do they still even
Well,
run
and they
Garfield?
don't, even if they are like, their cartoons are well known, they're often sort of not well known public figures, and maybe that's good. Like, I know the guy who did Calvin and Hobbes, like, intentionally wanted to be kind of off the radar, and Calvin and Hobbes was massive. But in this case, like, I think you're right. If you believe in something, and I think Scott Adams obviously did, if he went on to like continue to do live streams and videos and stuff, like, it was meaningful work to him.
Till the day he died, basically, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out. You know, I see, you know, like, cancer comes for, one thing I can say about cancer is it really doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
And, you know, there's people like People magazine that want to talk about him talking about true black crime statistics, but no one will ever remember that about him, about his controversy. They'll remember Dilbert. They'll remember that.
Like, to explain to someone, you still have to be like the Dilbert guy, and they're like, oh,
yeah. So, you know, his legacy's intact as much as mainstream media would hope that it isn't. But yeah, shout out Scott Adams, Ripperonis. I feel like Dilbert was massive when I was in high school. I think that, you know, I think there was even a cartoon, like, it was everywhere.
It had a TV show at one point. Like, it did all kinds of things. It really blew up, which is cool.
Yeah.
So he deserves a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I don't want to, you know, I don't think he would want people to be dwelling on it too long. I mean, fortunately for him, he got to say his goodbyes, and not a lot of people get to do that. And so I'm happy for him. Today is you women have to answer for your kind. I've got a couple of videos here.
Masterclass day.
Yeah. I've been sitting on this all week. Well, first, like, let me see here. I saw, yes, answer for yourself, women.
Oh no.
You can just look and know. The nose ring. I used to like nose rings on girls, not necessarily the septum, but like just a single piercing.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's kind of how like the woke ruined like brightly colored hair. I never it never bothered me when like a girl had blue hair.
Hey,
but then I'm like,
working on taking it back. There are some other conservative women who are doing the same. We're starting a movement. It's great.
Yeah,
maybe I was going to Melanie. I don't think it's fair that they have to claim like colorful hair. Like, that's not, like, it's cool.
What color would you go if you picked a colorful hair?
She'd have to go
when
blue.
I was in high school, I did like blue. Yeah, Jeremy's right.
I would love blue on you.
I think it'd be cool.
Hey.
I like what you're doing with your hair. I like a little bit of like, you have to double take. When I get old, if I go all gray, I want to go like lavender. You know, I think
that would be
fun.
so pretty.
I'll tell you this right now. We have what? I should save this later in the show, but I have to see if the girls would commit. But like, if we reached like 2,000 members, that's kind of our break-even point to cover everybody's salary. I'll dye my hair a brightly colored color too.
Beard?
Like,
you always wear a hat. You have to dye your beard.
Oh, sure. I'll dye my beard.
Okay.
Yeah, like
blue, like your avatar.
Yeah, yeah. I might have to go like green because Hannah Claire's gonna have to go blue. I mean, that's gonna have to be no
That's
wigs.
true.
You got to
Green
commit.
Maybe I'll just go white blonde. Maybe I'll bleach my hair.
Oh, white blonde would be nice. Platinum.
Yeah, I think. Remember when the girls would use Kool-Aid back in the day to dye their hair? I don't know if that was a thing you guys did, but I might be. Well, for me, I have such dark hair. I'd have to probably bleach it first.
You
Yeah.
would.
And then-
I had to do that with mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to bleach it, and then.
So we'll have a bleach cast, and then we'll have a colorful hair.
Yeah, we'll do
cast.
it live. We'll do it
Yeah.
live.
I would if we got.
Okay.
Look, if we get to 2,000 members on the quartering.com by the end of January, and that's the cutoff, I will dye my hair the color of chat's choosing.
All right.
Wow.
And I will do an entire cast without a hat on too.
Mr.
Yeah.
Wad knows Manic Panic. That's what I used
Yes.
for my hair. Manic Panic Vampire Red. That's what I
Ooh,
did.
I
Yep.
love that. I did
Yep.
Manic Panic. I'm gonna look for it.
Oh,
When I was
Tomlin
recent, I
just
had, like,
stepped down.
blue.
What?
I didn't want to say that, but I
What?
had a feeling that was going to happen.
Wait, what's it?
Oh my goodness, our head coach. Wait, what?
Oh, sports news. Yes, I see.
No,
Wait.
maybe not.
No,
There-
I don't
There's
see
no
it.
story
I'm
about it.
looking. No, I don't see a story.
Damn you, Dingus Khan.
Unless Dingus is friends with Mike Tomlin and he just learned it.
He wouldn't
Mike
quit
Tomlin is his
already.
dad.
It's only been
I don't
4
think
hours.
he would already. He's got another year on his contract too. I mean,
He's going to negotiate an exit. I mean, he's got probably 20 million on his contract. Why would you quit?
right. That's my thing. It wouldn't surprise me if him and Aaron Rodgers did another year together. But it
Yeah.
also wouldn't surprise me if they left too. So I think anything can happen.
Yeah. So this is a teacher and also a female. And as you both are female, you must answer for this.
Okay.
Protest yesterday.
I kind of like her little print here. If it was a shower curtain, it'd be better. It's just like a towel on the wall. So,
No, I think it's a
Went to the big
blanket.
It's just
Like-
Marlins.
yeah,
those
I'd-
sport-
Like a knit
Swordfish?
blanket.
but I would like it as a shower curtain. I mean, not now.
Yeah, pretty
When I was
nautical.
single or in an apartment, my wife would never allow that now.
Someone
Fun
said
and
ESPN is reporting it. Okay,
No
never mind.
way.
Sorry.
Freeze
wouldn't-
pops or nobody believes you, chat.
I don't believe he would have. Yes, he is breaking news. Tomlin to leave the Steelers after 19 years. Front page of ESPN.
What?
What?
Wow.
Where's he gonna go? Is he just
Breaking.
retiring?
He's going to Green Bay. I'm
Whoa.
telling
No,
you,
he's
gonna-
not.
Does
No,
this mean
he's
you guys
gonna be
related?
doing. He's gonna be doing TV. He's gonna
No.
be doing TV.
Yeah.
It says
Usually
source-
those guys will do TV for a few years, cash in like 100 mil, and then shout out. I disrespected you, Dingus. You did call it right. I can't believe he stepped down that quick. Well, then that means Aaron's
I know.
Aaron's gone for
Aaron's
sure
gone
too.
too, because he would have. Yeah.
Classic Aaron, you know?
Yeah.
Just regular Aaron things.
Because that's
Yeah.
why, he loved Tomlin, like that. He
He
if
probably
Tomlin's
went to
not there,
play
I
for
don't
many
see-
other coaches. You know.
Yeah,
He's done. I think.
Yeah.
He's kind of old, right?
I think it's time
Yeah.
though. I do think it's time.
I love that he ended his career on a pick six just because he let me down so often. Like, you don't know how many bad interceptions Aaron Rodgers threw as a Packer fan to end playoff games.
Oh,
So I'm kind of like, I loved it when I love when it happened to Brett Favre too. Brett Favre when he was with in that playoff game. Do you remember that? Because they were playing the Saints. There was that famous radio call. You could have taken a knee and kicked a 53-yard field goal, and then Aaron Rodgers Brett Favre threw the worst interception ever, and they lost the game. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Goodness.
To the
but I think
Niners? No, he wouldn't go to the Niners. Why would the Niners change coach? They're overperforming. They just beat
Mike
Philly.
Tomlin's already said he's going to be a Steeler and only a Steeler for life. So I think he's done. He's doing TV, and
Yeah.
he'll do
Yeah.
well. He'll do well, and rightfully so. He's a legend. I don't care what the people hating on Mike Tomlin has to say. He's a legend. He did an amazing job with the Steelers. I'm very grateful for what he's done with the team over all these years, and I really hope that he thrives in
And
anything
side
else
note,
he does.
Anybody that watches pregame for NFL knows that we need some new blood. Like, get fucking
yes,
Terry
we
Bradshaw
do.
out of there.
No,
Get,
I love Terry.
no, he's basically sundowning. He doesn't even know what the hell's going on.
I
Like,
love him though.
I know. Fine, have him on for like a little segment here or there.
He's
but,
good for color commentary type
That's
stuff.
fine.
Yeah.
But these guys don't know ball anymore. They don't know
Right.
anything about the new game. They don't know any
That's
like
true. That's true.
none of these guys have been in the game for 40 years. It's just
Yeah.
like even at like ESPN, I don't even listen to because like you listen to all these people who are paid to talk about sports, and then if you know your own team, you realize really quickly they don't know jack shit about it. Like
That's
I remember
true.
talking about the Packers, like, oh, I don't know that Jaden Reed, blah blah. I'm like, he's like our number one receiver. What are you talking about? And like they
Right.
get so much basic stuff wrong. So
That's
yeah,
true.
Terry, maybe Tim Walls will replace Mike Tomlin.
I
That's
tell
what
you
chat
who I
says.
wish would really like do some.
Jim
more
Harbaugh
stuff
could
is,
go
like,
there.
Yeah, he could. But also, Derek Carr did this. He just did some little segment between a game once, and I was like, he's actually really good at this. He could have a career in TV and doing this
Yeah.
stuff.
Do shit
Yeah.
like the Manning cast. Like the Manning cast is great. That's the
Yeah.
best thing they've done to football, like since the instant replay. Like it actually makes unwatchable games
Right.
watchable for people who aren't a fan of the actual team.
Yeah.
John Hubbard of the Steelers will be hilarious.
I
Yeah,
would
it would
love
be.
it. I would. You know who else I want? Lamar Jackson. So,
Oh yeah, but they
let's
hate each
go.
other. You
I
can't have them
know,
both.
I
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
I would love to have them both.
I'd take Lamar over Harbaugh. Like
I would
Lamar
too.
and
I would too.
Mike McDaniels, maybe. Lamar and
Yeah.
McDaniels from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have this chick who's a teacher.
Matterhorn Park. We were there really early. And
Why do they all look like this?
I know,
What
because I'm
is
like,
in
didn't
the-
we just
like-
see a video of her? And it's probably just another lookalike. They all
They
look the
all
same.
look like this. Like
Yeah.
they're like a little chunky. Usually they're not like morbidly obese, but they're usually chunky and they have like a septum piercing
They
and
have
they
the
look like
huge
they don't get any sun.
glasses.
Yep,
The-
big glasses.
If the plastic surgery version is Mar-a-Lago face or Republican face, what is
Exactly.
this? We're gonna have to come up with a catchy term.
SSRI moon face.
And
Yeah.
it looks like
Interesting.
it looks like a toddler cut their hair.
Always, yeah. I
Well,
cut
I
my
bet you
own
did it at
hair.
home,
I cut
which
my
I
own hair
respect,
because
honestly.
I'm cool. Yeah, look at
I
all
watched
the
3
all,
YouTube videos.
it's all
Hey,
uneven.
there
So you
are.
can-
I cut my own hair, so if they do like if she could follow some YouTube videos. They
They're
make
out
I
it
cut my
easy.
own too, but there's
Put
not much
some
left.
ponytails and then just trim the ponytails. It's
Right,
really
right. Go for
easy.
the
Yeah.
wolf cut or the butterfly. There's options.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right
God.
with you.
We
I
are
love
we are knee
Estrocast.
deep in
I love
estrogen
it.
now.
Look how beautiful Estrocast is. We were just you guys were having an
Yes.
in-depth conversation about football. Credit to Melanie. Now
Yep.
we can switch to talking about YouTube hair tutorials. Nothing
I
is
love
off limits on
it.
Estrocast.
Yeah, did you see I had this girl who she uploaded like this she was talking about how she was like leaving her first date and it's kind of a hilarious self-own. Here, this chick. And again, like we need to talk about the SSRIs getting handed out. Like SSRIs are
real.
like the new ADHD medicine. Oh, you feel a little overwhelmed? Take a psychotropic drug for the rest of your life.
Yup.
I've said, like, I've been very open. I am on Effexor and I have been since I was 22 years old because I had panic attacks.
Yeah.
And like my goal this year is to get off them completely. And like part of that is getting healthier
For
and
sure.
like because cutting alcohol and stuff like that, because all that stuff reduces your anxiety. But like this, men aren't lonely enough. Listen to
Oh,
this
no.
chick. Like,
I'm currently on my way home from a date. First date of 2026. And I have no problems posting this.
by the way, guys, if you date a girl who does this, dump her immediately. Like if she's doing breakdowns of your dates,
Yeah,
like
that's not
if I
good.
see this video that she uploaded to TikTok, it's like you're undateable. There's no way you're gonna date somebody who's gonna be like, yeah, we were in bed last night and like, or whatever, like
Right.
to
No,
be
this
airing
is
out
a
your
whole
business.
field of content. Like there are so many female creators who are like, I'm wanting to get married or I'm looking for whoever, and they're like, I went on a date. They give the guy like a nickname. They'll be like, oh, I met him at the gym, so he's Gym Guy.
Oh,
Like
right. Yep.
it's a whole field of content because kind of the same way that reality dating TV shows work out.
That's true.
People are nosy and want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's because he told me he doesn't have TikTok. And honestly, even if he did, I wouldn't give a fuck if he saw this. Because this man decided to psychoanalyze everything about me. Everything. He and I met in the wild. We met playing kickball. And we had a really great
Respect that.
time.
By the way,
That's a good
that's the
start.
advice we gave.
That's great.
There's a couple that met not on a dating app. They joined some stupid bar league, kickball league, which is like people play that here all the time. There's kickball, there's volleyball bar leagues, there's, you know, all sorts of stuff.
And I was like, oh my God, he's like kind of cute. And like, we were having fun. So we decided to go on a date.
She
So we
probably already
did.
slept with him.
And as the date's going on, we're having a lovely time. I'm having a great time. But then he starts getting a little drunker. And that's when the truth starts to really come out. And he was like, psychoanalyzing me. And literally was like, I bet you're on anxiety meds. And I was like, oh, yeah, I am. Like, how'd you come to that conclusion?
I mean, like,
Oh,
I mean, he might be being like a dick, you know?
he
Like,
might.
I don't know. It doesn't
He
sound like
might.
the best move on his part. He's not wrong, it sounds like, but
I
you know.
still feel like this is a cell phone. Like,
Keep going. What else happens?
yeah.
He's like, you just give those vibes. He was like, you're clearly a very sheltered person. You're clearly somebody who thinks you know everything and like has seen the world, but you don't know anything. And then he just starts going on and on and on.
She's starting to cry.
Is she gonna tell us why he came to that conclusion? Like, what was her conversations about? What was she saying? Maybe she was being insufferable.
Yeah, I watched a video like this the other day that I bookmarked to react to for my shorts. It's the same kind of girl, looked basically the same. It was like, so I have this test that I do on dates, and I ask people about if they know who Nick Sorter is or Nick Shirley is, and I just wait to see how they react. And then it's like, okay, so you're going into it like
Wow.
with, you know, like
That's
you're
why those girls
torpedoing.
will still go on the date. Like they'll wait, they'll get bought dinner, and then they'll be like, but I dumped him because I don't like the people that he's interested in.
Yeah.
About all the things that he's decided about me. In 2 hours,
She's upset
decided
because
all
he's
of this
right.
about me. To make me feel bad about myself, I have no idea. And he was like, then trying to question me, oh, how many relationships have you been in? I'm like, that's none of your business. He's like, I bet you've been in a lot of situationships, but don't ever have a boyfriend. And I was like, wow, you really just have me.
That's
all
kind of
figured out.
mean, though. I'm not
That
gonna
is
lie.
mean.
That's
Like,
mean.
there's a level of like, if he
We
really
don't
was
know.
interested in this girl and wanted to be like, are you on anxiety? Like, wanted to get to know
He's
her.
he's definitely
different.
negging. He's
Like,
definitely
he's negging
negging.
her on purpose.
He is. He's negging.
Now we don't know. As I take the fellas
Yeah,
side
I
here.
would want to see what she was acting like before.
It sounds like they were not a good fit.
But it sounds like they both have issues.
Yeah, for all we know, she started out the date with the Nick Shirley test,
Right.
You
She
know,
could
or
have
the,
done.
how
She's
did you
not
vote?
telling us. Yeah.
or you know, she could have done any of this stuff. This guy's probably like, fuck. All right, well, I already ordered dinner, so I might as well just. But yeah, he could have been negging her.
Right.
But this is only her side.
Out.
Right.
So we're starting the year off really strong, and I wish I could like make this funny, but at this point, like it's not funny. It's just mean.
But it might be mean, but based on the 1 minute and 42 seconds that you've heard this woman talk, does anybody doubt that she's been in a lot of quote situationships?
I'm sure she has, but a lot of
I don't
these
really
guys have
know.
too.
I feel like,
that's
yeah.
current dating is that way for a lot of people.
It also sounds like they're both kind of insecure. Like
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
upset by what he said. She's taking it really personally, and like, you know, that is not a fun thing to go through. It also sounds like he is intentionally trying to have the upper hand, which like, even if you're not interested in a second date, this is not like a very nice way to behave.
Yeah. If I like was like, my guess is they probably had a surface level attraction.
Yeah.
Alcohol was involved at their kickball league, as I'm sure it was. Everyone's a lot more agreeable and fun loving. They sit down to dinner and they quickly realize they're probably not a fit. We don't know if she was egging him on. You know, we don't know if maybe he got too drunk and he was an asshole.
Right. I think they both
100%.
sound like they watch too many TikTok dating advice videos.
100%.
Because, like, yeah, you see a bunch of toxicity from both sides, like the women's advice and the men's advice. It's all really bad, and just the whole dating scene is a disaster for people right now. And yeah, this
Because I don't really get like, you know, she doesn't get anything out of posting on the internet other than people maybe being like, he was such a jerk, you don't deserve that.
Well, she's
whatever.
looking for reassurance from anonymous
she's
people on the internet.
insecure. In his case, like, yeah, maybe he nailed it. She's on anxiety medications and can't get a boyfriend, but like, you're the one who went on a date with her.
Right.
And you just like let her, like she just left like thinking you're a jerk and feeling bad about herself. Like, I don't know what the win there is for him.
Well, he got out early.
Even if she was like, let's say she was terrible and insufferable, him doing all that doesn't do it. He's
it doesn't
not
make
the
him a
bigger
better person.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
He stooped to her. If she was in the wrong there, then he stooped to her level by doing all that. Like,
right. And now she gets to go to the kickball league and tell all the other girls, like, he was such a jerk to me. Instead of it just being like, oh, we don't have a ton in common, but he was nice, you know?
Do you
like,
think like someone like Tom Brady would do that? No, he doesn't have to be petty. He doesn't have to stoop. He doesn't have to nag, because Tom Brady knows his worth. He's an elite human, and he will walk away with his pride intact. But if you're gonna be doing these kind of things, then yeah, you've stooped. He stooped to, if she deserved it, then he stooped to her level.
They may have gotten in some kind of knockdown, drag out argument. He may have thought he was being funny, and he talked about anxiety medicine.
Maybe,
and she got triggered. And
well, I think some guys do that to be like, no, I'm really understanding. Like, I can really see what you're going. Like, I'm very like, to show some kind of emotional nuance, but like, it doesn't sound nice. Also, like, it's a first date. Maybe we should like hold off from some of these topics.
Well, I disagree with that. If you're in your 30s, you get right after it.
We know they're in their 30s.
I can look at her and tell you she's in her 30s.
I don't know. Kylie Jenner looks like she's in her 30s and she's not.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
True.
If you're in your 30s, you get right after it. There's no point in like staying surface level. My guess is, I'm dead serious. Yeah, I agree with this chat. They hooked up in the parking lot after kickball, then decided to go on a date. Bro realized she was psychotic. Or they both realized that about. I guarantee you they hooked up before they went on a date, because she said, we were hanging out, we were having fun. They maybe they didn't have sex, but they were physical probably before they ever went on a date. I almost guarantee it. And the one thing I will say about the guy, if I can, defend him, he didn't upload a video airing this all out. She did.
Wouldn't it be funny if he did too?
He probably, I know how
now
TikTok
he might.
He probably will. I see this stuff on TikTok all the time.
Yeah, I'm the guy, especially if it goes viral.
I'm curious to hear his side of the story, though.
I am too.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other side of it. Hannah Claire sent me this. I don't know if she knew you were on, Melanie, today or not.
Okay.
Maybe you'd be
interested. Of course I know it's Estrocast. What are you talking about? Unless it's bad, then I disavow.
I'm not going to read it, but Hannah Claire sent this. This is a real guy. Hannah Claire, do you want to? This is how old is he? 70?
Oh, the British guy?
Yeah, this is the British guy.
I meant to send this to you both last week. So this is a British multimillionaire. He's got a title, so he's like in some sort of aristocracy position.
Yeah.
And he is looking for a wife. He's like 79 years old. He wants a young wife, almost 80, to carry on. He specifically is looking for a son, and she can like have the money, manage his estates. I honestly don't hate this. Like,
I don't hate this first line is a little creepy.
If other women want to do it, good for them. But to me, it's like it's
not
disgusting. I would rather live under a bridge and work at McDonald's. And not that there's anything wrong with working at McDonald's, but just saying, I would much rather be doing that than like giving myself to some old crusty man.
And
I
totally agree with you. I respect you, but I also like that on his front. He's like, a business proposal. I want sons.
What do we think about his requirements, though? Let's skip the good breeder, because that's gross. Like, must be a good breeder. I don't really even know what that means.
Also, how would you test for that? Like,
right.
What?
Must be at least 20 or younger. That's a weird way to write it. At least 20 or younger. You would say 20.
20 years younger.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I can't
more
read.
Fair.
At least 20 years younger. Well, of course, you can't have a kid at 59.
Yeah.
Yeah. Must be able to have sons.
Scottish women. Why not Scottish women?
Yeah. No Scorpios either.
I love that. The fact that there are no Scorpios on here.
I'm safe.
Also, like, what?
He knew right away, Melanie. He knew. He's like, a Scorpio will never go for this.
He did know.
80-year-old British man is like, and know this astrological sign. Like, the fact that he has one is so funny.
I know, that's hilarious.
No women from countries beginning with I or with green in their flag. What?
Wow, he doesn't like Irish people either.
Yeah, a lot of countries.
Pure blood British people. I respect this.
And then you need a shotgun and a driving license. Helicopter license is a bonus. Okay, so somewhere out there is an
that a woman with a helicopter license isn't going to be into a guy
Probably
like
not.
this. Like, these are going to be women who don't want to work. These are going to be women who want that like coddled princess life.
Yeah.
And so you're going
Well,
to,
they have
you know,
to manage in a
the
state
young
with two
bimbos.
castles.
The
Chet
young
did-
bimbos, they're going to be for this, but not a woman with a pilot license.
I would say Chat did point out, and we noticed this when we had that guy on. I know Chat hated him. I don't have anything against him, but we had that like astrological guy on.
Oh yeah.
Like someone in chat said a lot of the ultra wealthy do manage their lives like astrological signs. That's actually true.
Oh,
a lot of
really?
like super wealthy are into like numerology, and they're into
Conor McGregor was
Wow.
referencing numerology. Did you see his post? He
Yes.
like announced that he like finally, after over a decade and 4 kids with his fiance, he wanted to marry her, and he like talked about numerology in the like reasoning and the date and time. I think it's pretty.
and after
it's
brutally
everywhere.
raping a woman allegedly.
Allegedly in civil
Wow.
court, got convicted, kind of like Donald Trump, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
uh-huh. We disagree on this one.
He
But
fucking
this-
he tore her vagina. Well, I don't disagree
allegedly,
that.
where's the criminal case?
Fair. It's entirely possible that the hookup was mutually exclusive, and she was trying to, you know.
I'm just saying, I don't
just
like
don't
this
know a
kind
lot
of
of women
conviction in
that-
civil court when there's like this. That sounds like it should be a criminal case. Why was it not brought as criminal case?
Yeah, and not a lot of women want to engage in sex with a tampon still in, though. Like
that
that.
even happened?
Right. That's
Where is the evidence?
I know. She should have went to the courts. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Conor
civilly,
McGregor is
for
a
money.
saint.
Interesting.
No, we have this. That's why you need me on your true crime show, because
We need lots of opinions.
you need some
Oh, did
tension.
we never saw the swordfish lady? Did we see all of her
Oh,
opinions?
what happened
no.
to Swordfish Girl?
Sorry, we're going back to Swordfish Girl.
She's that
Well, that's
boring.
okay.
She is so boring that we keep cycling.
I have a little bit of squirrel going on right now. Okay, so here's this chick.
To a protest yesterday, and I went to the big one in Powderhorn Park. We were there really early and had to leave because I was having a panic attack. But
Of course. Of course.
Of course she was.
I
Yeah.
don't want to go in public. I agree with
It's
her.
like that. Did you see that? There was the one that was I played it yesterday when Hannah Claire was here, I think. There was like that really fat chick, and she had a really kind of a funny sign. It's like, I would rather be at home smoking weed and cleaning my house but because fucking Nazis or something like that. So like a reporter comes over and is like, "Oh, that's an interesting sign. How long are you going to be out here?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm actually leaving right now." Like she had just clearly just got there to get on TV.
Wow.
I guess where I'm at with my community is like, holy shit, everyone is so awesome and cares so deeply and is so united. People are showing up, they're trusting each other, they're listening to each other, they're uplifting voices, they are deferring to people who are harmed, they are putting their bodies in the way. And I'm so honored. I wish that there was more that I felt I could do.
Well, you're making
I
a
have this-
TikTok video. What else is there? I mean,
spirit in me that's like, well, I'm just going to go up and punch an ICE agent right in the mouth. And I will go to jail. I might die. I will go to jail. And I will not be as helpful to the cause as
this is an
That's why she's
elementary
not
school.
doing it, because she won't be helpful. Not because she's
right,
terrified
that's
and will
why.
never do that.
Yeah. By the way, I've got a couple of videos coming out today. Like, ICE clearly got some sort of different. They are like blasting first now with pepper spray and asking questions later. I've definitely been on like, they let these people get up on their cars and knock on the windows. You should be pepper
Right.
spraying them before they
Yeah.
ever get that close.
Yeah.
You don't know if they have a gun or a knife or a hand grenade. You give that car 5 feet, you can protest, you can have your megaphone, you can do all that stuff. You start knocking on the window, I 100% support ICE or police or a reporter rolling that window down and hitting you with the bear mace. Like, I don't care. Like, it's just, these people are violent. She has violent fantasies, very clearly. She is a teacher.
as I could be fucking talking to my phone and showing up to my job. And that kills me. I want to be doing more. I definitely don't want to assault an ICE officer.
Wait a minute. But wait, didn't you just say
To the cause as
Wait,
I
didn't
will
you-
go to jail. I might die. Spirit in me that's like, well, I'm just going to go up and punch an ICE agent right in the mouth. And I will go to jail. I might die. I will go to jail, and I will not be as helpful.
These women all have this weird martyr complex.
The cause as I could be.
As long as you don't try to run them over in your car, you're not going to die.
Right.
Fucking talking to my phone and showing up to my job. And that kills me. I want to be doing more. I definitely don't want to assault an ICE officer. I'm
she
just
just
saying
said she
that's
did.
the vibe.
I know.
That I
Oh,
have
it's a vibe.
is
Sorry.
I want to be
Candace
in
Owens.
shit,
Yeah.
you know, fighting. That's who I am. So it has been a little bit hard to not do that.
It's hard for me not to look at that and be like, how performative that you're like, well,
She's
I
right.
would totally put myself between an ICE agent and whatever, and I would punch whoever I needed to. Like, I don't think he would.
This
People
is
who
a
are
woman
like
that had
just
to
do it.
Yeah, she had. Yeah, don't tweet about it. Be about it. She had
I mean,
to
don't
leave
do
because she was
that, but,
having
like,
a. Well, no,
yes.
I mean, like, right? Obviously, don't. But like, people generally that make videos about doing shit like this never do it. There
Right.
was
And
that.
you were saying like she left because she was having a panic attack. I
Yeah,
don't think that you're first in line to put
It's
yourself
just-
in the line of fire, so to speak.
These liberal women have no survival instincts whatsoever when they constantly put themselves in these positions standing against people, protecting them from being raped and murdered by
Right.
illegal immigrants. You're standing against your protectors in this case.
Mhm.
What an idiot.
Why? Yeah. Why is it all like? Why is it all women? Where are they
It's
getting
infuriating.
radicalized? Like, this seems like it's out of nowhere.
It's social contagion.
Well, it's just like this has happened since the fall of man. This has happened since Eve, right? Women are very easily manipulated. It's just a fact. And it's like Satan manipulated Eve into eating the apple. And right now, the Eves of the world are getting manipulated by Satan again. Because that's
Yeah.
really the root of it. It's just, it keeps happening.
I mean, how many times do we see moms who are like, my kid is trans or they're 5 and they're telling me they're gay, like all this stuff. Like
Yep.
it has to do with desire to be socially accepted by their peers who are progressively more and more liberal, woke, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's a reason that there is such a division between young female students and male students, and they are always trending more left while the males either stay moderate or go more right. I think these women are sort of the byproduct of that. She's making this video so her friends will be like, you're doing great, sweetie, and you're so
Yes.
brave, and like blah, 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 blah. Like this is about how her peers, community, the friends that she's hoping to have respond to her. It's not actually about the country or the laws or anything like that. It's about looking like she's doing the right thing for her community.
Right.
Well, and here's another perfect example. Better hair. Looks like she did some time, spent some time on her hair. Her hair looks good.
They're looking
That's the
pretty
same
good.
person?
No.
it's a different.
Oh, okay.
Scarf.
It's like, wow, glow
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that was a glow up. Yeah.
Here we are.
Thanks,
I'm
are
actually
crazy.
doing profile
Mhm.
request. I am 42. Actually, I'm almost 42. I am a relationship anarchist. I am.
She's a relationship anarchist.
What does
okay?
that mean? Please
Well,
explain.
please explain. Yeah.
On the lookout for somebody who, right now, will I'd be able to call and say, "Hey, get in the passenger seat, and let's
Notice she said passenger seat, by the way.
Oh,
fuck some shit up." Because right now in Minneapolis, what is happening are we are being occupied by ICE agents who are.
Come on, girl. You can figure out the snap. You can do
We
it.
are going door to door.
Wait, now you can. Hold on.
Going door
Hold
to
on.
door.
Hold on. It's just
Oh
a button.
my.
It's a button and a circle. You just
She could have refilmed this video. She chose for this to be how it's coming across. That's nuts.
Yeah, woman who can't even put overalls on, looking for man to go. She's looking for a man to get arrested on her behalf. Is what she's probably looking for.
Yeah.
Their homes.
She's still working on it. Oh, there you go.
They are going
She's not going to talk during this. Oh,
They're going to churches. Oh, she took her time on that one.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised about. We all know Target, right?
Oh, the Kefia
she's
too.
got the
If that's
Palestine
you,
thing. Yep.
If you're interested in fucking some shit up, if you're not afraid of a woman who can speak her mind,
Oh, dear.
if you're interested in sitting in a side seat, message me.
She literally, she again reiterated,
Wow.
I'm looking for a beta male. I'm looking for a man that is willing to sit in the
Wow.
side seat while I get him into fights. While some guy beats his ass because he's not going to fight me.
But don't forget, she loves probably equality, you know? She's not trying to be dominant or whatever. She believes in equality.
I'm sure that I took this video because I love this guy's commentary, but like, what are the odds of an overweight liberal woman started this?
I saw this today. This is epic.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the commentary because I like this guy. He's funny. But yeah.
I want y'all to meet my white Uncle Dan. Dan, throw them bitches.
Yeah.
Dan, throw them bitches. See how he aggravating them? Look how he aggravating.
He is trying to like.
He had that bullhorn like making. He could have actually damaged his eardrums doing this.
He's trying to walk away the whole time too. He's trying to disengage.
Look. I would have punched him in his shit. Punch him in his shit, Dan. Swing on his puss ass, Dan. Dan knocks shit out. Dan don't be playing at all. Dan knocks shit out. Check him out. Watch Dan. Dan don't play that fucking shit.
He's had enough now.
Pussy nigga, look at him.
This one.
Boom!
He's fucking out. He gets factory rebooted twice. The same guy.
Get him, Dan.
He's out cold there.
And look, he's just like punching another guy in the face. I love it.
Throw them bitches. Man, look at Dan. Who want to run up on Dan?
Get out of the way. I want to see it.
My Uncle Dan like that. My Uncle Dan like that. He got the Marines.
Here comes the guy again. Remember, he just got knocked out.
Yeah.
Like 30 seconds. He's probably his brain damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock your old ass out. I'm gonna knock you out.
Trying to get away. He's trying. They're still chasing him.
This is something else. Oh, boom! Look at that! Yeah!
Get him! My goodness, legend.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like, this guy's probably gonna get charged, but I mean, don't you think? Like,
he shouldn't be. That guy
he's
actually
trying
had
to get
a
away the whole
bullhorn
time.
in his
Looks like
ear.
self-defense to me.
It was.
Yeah.
He could have damaged his hearing from that. Yeah.
Yeah. This.
Also, he kept following him. Like, he tried to
did.
walk away.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That was one hell of a two-piece.
That's like better than any Marvel movie we've seen in a long time.
Just this guy getting rebooted. He's like, hey, I'm tough. I'm tough.
Out.
Wait,
knock you out. Come on, Dan. Knock something else.
Oh,
Dan
like,
knocked him out.
he doesn't even put his hands up.
I love after he first knocked a guy down and they just walked to another one and just straight punch. It was amazing. Uh-oh. Big red jacket guy
Uncle Dan
got him.
white Uncle Dan got me. Yeah. This, I mean, I don't understand. Like, I mean, does he think, I think some people don't, oh my, watch the legs just go right there. Like,
yeah.
Like,
He came
I'm
back
not a pro-violence guy, but I think people like these leftoids think, well, if I don't swing, I can harass them and I can make them feel uncomfortable. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to Florida and you surround somebody's car, you're allowed to run them over. The same thing is true in Texas. Like, these people don't understand. So I don't know what he thought he was doing walking up on him. Should have walked away. He already rebooted you once. Like, I mean, you take the L. And he never even put his hands up.
He doesn't want to get like beat up by someone older than him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Unc was like this. I mean, if you look at the earlier punches, he's got like a nice he sets him up for an uppercut. He even bends down and
Look
just
at that.
boom.
Look at that. The left hook.
Yeah,
It's
hit him with the
next
left
punch that I love. Look at this.
The straight, the straight right
just
there.
A straight punch. Yes. Yes.
This guy runs up. He missed that punch, but then he just keeps throwing. By the way, if you're ever in a street fight, one thing I learned is you just got to keep punching. Like that, you know, everyone gasses out a lot quicker than they think.
Yeah.
But like,
Except for this guy Dan, apparently.
this Uncle Dan, I mean, he wasn't gonna beat them all up, but this guy, what is this guy wearing? Like a military coat with a shaved head? I don't know.
Yeah,
He's just stacking them up like cordwood. He's got two bodies. What's this guy gonna do? Does he want to get some too? Like, I don't. Yeah, I mean, Uncle Dan, he's in the gym. He knows how to throw a punch. He threw a left hook and a straight right. Like he's not throwing like crazy overhanded like wheel. He threw a straight right and then also lined up and found an opening.
It's not his first time. Like,
no, he's fought before. Yeah. The I just, it just, yeah, get on the grass and get away. Yeah, I mean, that guy's under no, he doesn't have to retreat. Like, he can keep knocking these people out if they want to keep, you know, if they just want to keep doing this shit. Like,
Right.
I don't understand. Like, is it Facebook groups? Is it like, I don't really understand why these people, what possesses somebody to go down there and like fuck up their life? Like, that guy could, first of all, the guy who's defending himself, he'd probably get away with it. But what if this is why I don't fight people. Like, he falls over, hits his head on the concrete and dies. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And now he's in prison because they'll charge him with murder or manslaughter. Like, I people on the internet, like, it's funny to laugh at it and shit. But if that old man fell and hit his head on the curb and died, he's probably not walking away from that. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it happens every year. There's that guy famously went on Oprah, like, after being in prison, he did like 10 years. I don't know if anyone remembers his story. But it was a story my mom showed me because I was young. I was always big. She's like, don't fight. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
She showed me this guy's story, and it was like, he was getting on a bus in Chicago. If I get a detail wrong, correct me, chat. But like, he was getting on a bus in Chicago. Some crazy person was like trying to force his way onto the bus and was violent. And he punched him and he fell out the bus door and died. And he went to prison for 10 years or 15 years or some shit like that.
Mhm.
Like, this guy was just trying to, diffuse, trying to protect himself. Sometimes when you're in like a liberal state, I don't know. Minnesota, in Michigan, if you're in a stand your ground state, you could have put bullets in all of them. But Minnesota's not a stand your ground state, I don't believe.
And I think you'd say this too. Like, you might be in a state you generally think is friendly and get a local DA or whatever that is more aggressive on this
Derek
type of crime.
Chauvin.
Yeah.
I mean, Derek Chauvin did not murder St. Floyd, and he's serving a murder sentence. And he's already had, I think, twice he's been stabbed in prison. Like, this guy, it happens all the time. So I don't like seeing that. But I do. I mean, it's funny. It's funny watching people get,
Oh yeah.
their comeuppance. I want to move to. Well, let me get some viewer message. John Harbaugh to the Steelers would be hilarious. I got that one.
Yeah.
I think the league has passed John Harbaugh by. The era of the old head coach is dead. Like, you could even argue that with Tomlin. Like, he aged out. The game is just so different now.
It is.
These young players don't really, they don't listen to, like, can you imagine Tom Coughlin coaching in the NFL today? Like, some 7-year-old white guy telling a bunch of 18-year-old black guys, that if you're late, I'm going to fine you, and like all this kind of stuff. Like, that's why people are like, fire Matt LaFleur and hire John Harbaugh. I'm like, I don't want John Harbaugh. Like, he couldn't win with the Ravens. Why is he going to come to Green Bay and win? I didn't want to re-sign Matt LaFleur, but if they re-sign him, they better sign an offensive coordinator. Like, he can't call plays anymore. Also, to be fair, men can be manipulated and doing some stupid shit too.
That's
see
true,
Samson and the mighty Samson, the mighty.
Well, yeah. See, that's how it works. It's women, okay, right? That is man's really one of their only weaknesses is women.
Yeah,
and you see this like throughout the entire Bible too. So it's like, okay, women are being manipulated by Satan, and then women manipulate men. Happened with Eve. Happened with Samson. Happens today. That's why you keep seeing like these. Like, why am I forgetting his name? Oh, well, you just see all these people who are just like these powerful men with a lot of money and a lot of fame and a lot to lose, who lose it all because some OF girl, right?
Shannon Sharp.
Yes, that's who I was thinking, Shannon Sharp. Yes. So
he lost a $50 million a year contract for
Yup.
some skank on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And now he's doing a YouTube podcast. Like, he had like a $300 million contract on the table. Now, Shannon Sharp did have some other, like, there was some other, like, sexually aggressive thing that got him fired from CBS. There was some other stank on him, too. Sire Williamson says, hey, ladies and Jeremy, got a legal threat yesterday from my country. Go on a podcast. They start making up crimes. I'm apparently living in an RV in the field in January in violation of the law. What?
What?
That's crazy. Faster Than You says, Packers aren't used to losing, so this is how it feels to be on the winning side of a rivalry. I can get used to this. Go Bears. Sorry, Jeremy. Look, the Packers have won 38 out of 40 matchups, all right? You had a good year. You had one good year. Let's pump the brakes.
Get one
a little
Pope.
bit.
It's like,
Yeah.
calm down.
When you win the division like 8 years in a row, holler at your boy. Tank says, smart move by Tomlin. The defense is aging and they don't have a QB. Go to the Giants, build a winner. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Aaron told him privately that he's done. And that's why he's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done first.
Yeah. Pac-Man says, good afternoon, Jeremy, Melanie, and Hannah Claire. Sorry about your Steelers, Melanie. They can join my Packers in cheering against the Bears.
Okay.
Look, I would rather lose to the Super Bowl winner. I'm not going to cheer for the Bears,
fair.
but, it's like,
That's how I feel. Because if it wasn't for my brother being a Patriots fan, I would be wanting the Texans to win.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's some solace in that.
There is.
If you lose to
Yeah.
a team, like if the Bears go into Seattle and get blown out, which they probably will, it's not going to feel great because it's going to be like, well, the Packers might have been able to put up a better fight than that.
Right.
There's a lot of times that has happened to the Packers in my life. Ricky with some Bitcoin via Rumble Wallet
Oh.
in February. Bongino's kicking you out of your time slot, or are you guys dropped from the lineup? I'm
They're
not
in the
giving up my
morning, I
time
thought.
slot. So
I thought Bongino was at 10. That doesn't impact us.
Yeah,
Unless we're moving
Bongino's
to the
at
morning and I
10.
didn't know.
then he's got some, I don't know who this girl is, no disrespect, but she's just getting put into the lineup. I've never even heard of her before. So, and I think she's in Tim's slot. I'm not giving up mine. Like I asked to move to 1 Eastern and they told me no. And then they gave it to a new guy again. So if they, I'm not leaving the 1 o'clock time slot. I don't care if they don't put me on the homepage. It's fine. I don't think that they would. I've been very clear that I wanted the noon time slot and then they gave it to some new jack and I wasn't cool with that. No disrespect. I just felt like, hey, I've been here and I wanted the noon time
You're
slot
like,
and then they
"Coach,
gave it to someone
I
else.
deserve to be a starter
Yeah.
instead of a closer."
Yeah. So I'm not getting bumped again. And by the way, they've given me no indication that they will. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're going to do because I think Crowder's at 8 or 9, I think.
How long does he stream for? 2 hours? Because
2 hours, but he does an hour for Mug Club. So
Oh, okay.
I think he's just an hour public. So it'll be like Crowder into Bongino, into some chick I've never heard of, into some new guy, into us. And I don't know if Tim's just going to keep his slot. Maybe they'll split the homepage half and half.
There's
I'm
someone
also-
else in the Bongino announcement had 3 people. It was someone, Bongino, and then the girl. But I can't.
Was it Vince? Because Vince has been doing
I'm gonna
his
look.
show. Yeah, I mean, I'm not giving up. I mean, I will fight to keep my time slot. So we'll have to see about that. Peppernick says Scott Adams have his life to God before he passed. Yes, he did. Our sergeant says
Vince
when
at
you-
8 a.m. Dan Bongino at 10, and then Haley at 12.
Central,
So,
Eastern, probably.
I think it's Eastern. Yeah, all Eastern.
Yeah, so none of that overlaps our time slot,
Hello, cat.
unless they want. And I think Tim will have to change his time slot. Mr. Tough Guy says, I bet she's awesome for a one night supreme satisfaction, but I'm running because crazy bitches, are the best in bed. Yeah, well, you pay the price. Pinochet says, I love the cope and cover provided for disturbed mentally ill women. Well, it's also men too. There's, a lot. Omega says, I'd have shot them. Michigan, stand your ground. 1-on-2 minimum, even if the two are unarmed. Lethal force is legal, but my high roundhouse kick works too. If that were in Michigan, he could have used his gun. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about living in a state where you can protect yourself. Brad Zeppelin says, go Bills. Man, they look like shit against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They probably should have lost that game. I would love to see the Bills win. I love the Bills during the Jim Kelly era. But they look weak. I don't think they're beating the Patriots. But then again, at any moment in any game, Josh Allen can just go berserk. and throw 5
Yeah.
touchdowns and just destroy you.
A lurking fear for NFL fans.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how he is. Like, he looked very human in that game against Jacksonville, and then he could come. Now they'll play. They won't play the Patriots. They'll play. No, they'll play the other bad team.
It's
They'll
Patriots and Texans, so it's got to be Bills and
Broncos.
Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll beat the Broncos. I guarantee it. Put your money on it. I want to.
Is this a sports show? Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Astro
that's right.
Class, the classic sports
Yeah.
show. I love it.
So I wanted to. Now all of this is boiling. There are some people in Minnesota that are talking about articles of impeachment going for Tim Walz. Now, technically being impeached doesn't mean anything, right? You have to be impeached and removed. And I don't think they would actually have the votes to.
What a time. Like, that's so slow. He's out in November. I mean, like, I guess he would serve out the whole year. So you would impeach him and, like, have a special election if you removed him before? Like,
yeah. It's going down now. Like, it did peak, according to Kalshi. By the way, shout out Kalshi, sponsor of the show. You can use Kalshi to check odds or track sentiment. And this is the only place that you can trade on these kind of events legally in all 50 states. I also have a $10 promo for my users who want to sign up with my link/code, which is in the description. It's kalshi.com/quartering. You could put your $10 on Tim Walz. I don't think he will be. I don't think he will be out. I think he will be impeached, but I don't think he'll be out. The process just takes too long. His term's going to end before they can even, they'll have articles of impeachment that'll come out this week. But what does that even really mean? I mean, Trump was impeached twice. They didn't remove him from office. And I imagine in Minnesota, they probably don't have the votes to actually remove him.
and to what end? Like, I agree that, if you're in Minnesota and you feel like you've been scandalized and victimized by Tim Walz, it's totally reasonable. I think pursuing impeachment isn't necessarily bad, but I would rather him face some kind of criminal charge. Like,
yes,
he's an outgoing governor anyway. So yeah, he might get impeached, and potentially that's good because it could allow someone else to stop potentially fraud that's continuing. Like, I can see an argument for it, but largely it'll be a taxpayer expense to have not only the impeachment and the removal, but the inevitable, likely interim appointed only for another election. Like, to what end are we doing this? I would rather see pressure to have him face some sort of criminal negligence or something like that.
If I can, I want to remind everyone that's viewing, if we reach 2,000 members on our website, and I think we have like 600 or 700 now, by the end of the month, it's $6 to be a member. Hannah Claire, are you in on this?
Sure. Dyeing her hair?
Hannah Claire will dye her hair
yeah.
a bright color.
Yours is light enough that you could put a color, or you wouldn't necessarily have to bleach it. It'd just be a little bit darker.
I can do like blues
you could
or like some stuff,
Yeah, and
Orange.
it would, and it wouldn't be a permanent decision. Like, it could wash out over time. Yeah.
I will make a permanent decision.
I
Well,
love
you have to do your beard because
I will dye my beard and or hair, whatever bright color chat wants, and that's the point we got to make to cover our show's cost. And so getting there would relieve an immense amount of stress, and would allow us to do a lot more stuff. So hot pink, I'll do it. Whatever the chat says.
I love it.
We got to hit it by the end of the month, though. So it's going to take a lot of people joining, but we'll see. Just go to thequartering.com and you can click join now up here in the right. And you can join for a year and get 2 months free or monthly. I'll do it bubblegum pink, glitter,
I can
I
tell
don't
you
care.
what products to get and how to do it. Like
Perfect.
we can live stream it where I just
my
give
God.
you instructions on
Fine.
how to do everything.
No,
I'll do
I
it.
want to go to
Yeah.
wherever you are and have you do it to my hair. Like you have to stand there during the live stream
Okay.
and
Yeah.
talk and
I
Yeah,
mean,
but-
hey, if we do it that way, I would love that.
Yeah.
a true
so
Esther cast, a little makeover
Yes.
cast.
perfect. So go to thequartering.com just go to thequartering.com, click the join now button on top. Most importantly, you're helping keep the show on the air. Rumble's not going to be subsidizing us forever. So definitely need your guys'
I feel like we're
support.
their only sports podcast, though. They'd really lose something. If they
I
took us-
know,
if
that's
they didn't
true.
continue to support, a female and Jeremy sports podcast.
Yeah. And on top of that, by the way, also shout out to Kickoff. Back when I was young, I could have the latest laptop with every feature if my credit was better. When I financed my car, I would have saved thousands of dollars in interest just like that. That's when programs, I discovered Kickoff, the #1 credit building app. Signing up is fast. You can start making on-time payments, and you see your credit grow within weeks. Plans start at just $5. No credit check, no hidden fees, premium features, even report your rent. So payments you already make help your score out. Kickoff is simple, safe, and real. Over 1 million users are already seeing results. So make sure, getting your credit in line in 2026 is a really, really good thing. Also, as a disclaimer, you must sign up via getkickoff.com/quartering to activate the offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Average first-year credit score impact of plus 84 points from Vantage Score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with scores below 600, who paid on time and had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may, of course, negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. Make sure you build your credit fast to get your first month for just $1 at getkickoff.com/quartering today. And thanks, Kickoff, to sponsoring us. And also, one last shout out here. Your boy, Morgan & Morgan. An accident or injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. That's why I'm so glad to have this video sponsor Morgan & Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan & Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. Now we have a new villain in the Disney universe to talk about.
Oh.
Yeah, by the way, I'll make the number of members on thequartering.com like public at the end. I'll find a way to make it public on the website so people can see how to do it. Sega tipped via Rumble Wallet. Very cool. Rumble Wallet is also really based because it goes right to the show and we don't have to give it to Rumble. So Toy Story 5, apparently the tablet is the greatest enemy.
And I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it too.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this. I mean, I think it's capturing something that a ton of parents and educators are talking about right now, which is like kids are not tactilely interacting with the world because they spend so much time on a screen.
Yeah.
I was listening to this interview with a kindergarten teacher, a former kindergarten teacher, and she was saying like towards the end of the cure when she was leaving, kids didn't come to kindergarten knowing how to use scissors. That was a skill that was standard. They don't know how to identify pennies and dimes. Well, we use credit now. Like maybe they're not seeing as much. But she said all of them can unlock an iPad and set up a game or start scrolling. And like, is that actually?
I've seen 2-year-olds do that.
Mm-hmm. But is that good for them? Like,
no.
So
No.
rare to me, this is a Disney W, identifying the correct enemy. Now, if the movie comes out and they're like, it turns out it wasn't a bad thing after all, I'm going to.
Yeah. And especially when you're using Disney Plus, the Disney Plus app is great. I think that, Toy Story hasn't been good since probably the second one. Maybe the third one.
I didn't even watch anything past 3. So whatever the last one was, I didn't watch it.
But whatever the one with Bo Peep was like, oh, okay, I get it. They brought in a Mary Sue. They made Woody completely incompetent and Buzz Lightyear completely incompetent. And little Bo Peep knew karate and was like constantly saving them. I was like,
what's the one with Jessie, the like cowgirl?
That was 2, I think.
2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that was Toy Story 4 that had the
there's
Bo
one where
Peep,
they're all
I
about
think.
to like melt or something. I saw that one. That might be 4.
Oh, that was 3 when they were in that someone made a funny edit of that because they survived. They were gonna melt in something, and there was this dude who actually took the time to edit it and put it on DVD where the movie cut at that part right before they were to fall in that fire, and then the credits roll to make it look like they all died, and then he put the movie in, watched it from the beginning with his family, and his parents are watching it, and then all of a sudden they're like,
no.
"Oh no, what happened? They died? Are you kidding me?" Like it was amazing.
That's actually based. I love that.
It was a great prank.
That is funny. Yeah, Sega, thank you. And Jocko Gaming gifted a Rumble Premium. Honky Kong said Minnesota's ran by a bunch of pussy Melanie words and is not a stand your ground. You basically have to jump out of your window to avoid an assailant. Duty to retreat. Yeah, that's the problem. That's when you live in these states. There's a reason that the violence is in states like this, because the bad actors can act with impunity. Speaking of states that aren't like that, though, I don't know if you saw this story, but this is crazy. A mom shielded kids after husband erupts in rage over NFL game.
Oh my God.
Crystal Ruhr had told her 12-year-old to run for help. This is an older story, but I don't know why this is on January 12th.
Oh.
But he killed everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
He killed his whole
what is he a fan of? What team?
The Niners, I think.
Bro, what?
Yeah. Let's see. She said, wait, where is this? Authorities discovered an an undated letter. Roar wrote to Kenny telling him, "You're drinking, you're using cocaine again. This is not what I want my family to be." So he's high on drugs.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure it was the 49ers. But the kid survived.
Did he gamble money on it? Oh, the
Probably.
kids survived. Thankfully,
it sounds like he was
sad.
prone to rage or some kind of unhinged behavior anyways.
Oh
But
my.
Yeah, he shot his wife and killed himself after I think it was he'd been drinking and watching Monday Night Football inside his shed located at the family's Highland home when he came inside to watch the end of the game on December 22nd. So who was playing on December 22nd? Look that up. Monday Night Football.
See.
Upon entering the home, a fight ensued to the couple after Ruhr said she did not want to. Oh,
and the 49ers won.
Oh, weird. Maybe he lost a prop bet or something.
maybe.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Or drugs, not even once, man. Cocaine, not even once. Just
Yeah.
be like those. It's a better alternative is those Chiefs fans who were doing cocaine and they just froze to death in their backyard. That's better
because
than this.
that's because there was fentanyl in the cocaine.
Oh,
So he did shoot.
Not a good alternative.
well, a
shot
better
his-
one than this. It's not good, but
If you're gonna go, just go by yourself, please.
yeah.
He shot his 13-year-old daughter twice in the head.
Oh
And
my goodness.
the couple's 1-year-old child was also found asleep so he didn't shoot the baby. The teen survived the shooting because a bullet struck her nose and ricocheted through the top of her head.
Whoa.
Charlie Kirk, was her nose made of magic metal? I know, I'm a bullet expert.
Yeah,
and bullets never ricochet. I read on the internet, Candace Owens had a dream that bullets never ricochet. That's crazy. Her nose must have been made of magic. Anyway, yeah, shot her at point blank and it ricocheted. That never happens though. All bullets just go straight through. Yeah, that's. I have a feeling gambling was involved too. They didn't
I feel
say,
like it
but
must, like the rage is crazy.
Must have been.
I think the
Yeah.
article is coming out right now because you can see this final quote. It looks like the sister of the deceased woman just did an interview recently, kind of giving an update about it.
Oh, okay.
But it's like this horrible combination of like, I mean, I know after Taylor Swift started going to Travis Kelce's games, people were like, it's a chance for girls to connect with their dad and like watch football. And that was true. But it also seems like either gambling or drug use or whatever, like it's sort of this dark alternative when people are so wrapped up in something. Obviously, it's not the NFL's fault. It's just this person.
Yeah, they were unhinged.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just a fuse that blew. But it's a sad story.
Well, I want to know what she said, obviously, right? DB Door says, it's fairly widely known in California you generally don't want to associate with people who sport 49ers or Dodgers or Raiders gear. Yeah, they do be unhinged.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I had this other, I don't know if you saw this, but Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton did not show up at their Epstein stuff today.
Yes, and he just put out a statement too.
Didn't they arrest Steve Bannon for that?
Yeah, they were really mad at Steve Bannon about that. And I believe they're launching, like I said, Comer's
like he went to prison. They didn't just arrest him for show. They put him in prison for not showing up.
Yeah.
What does Bill Clinton's statement say?
Let me find it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's Cyrus Williams says it is interesting. His name is Jason Kenney, which is the name of the former premier of Alberta. Well, it's a small world. Maybe it is him.
Bill Clinton is trying to act like this is like, oh, it's not about politics. It's about, something bigger than us, trying to be.
But wasn't he was trying to take a victory lap over, like, he's like, well, we have to release the files. I've got nothing to hide. He sent out that tweet like, guys, yeah, I definitely support releasing the files. So now he's doing a little bit of an about face. I mean, the Clintons are just above the law. That's clearly what they think. I think you have to go arrest them now.
Right.
The Democrats, that's what they did to Steve Bannon. And there's somebody else I feel like also who didn't show up. Their name escapes me now.
You want to hear the first? I sent you the link in the private chat, but the first two lines from this letter the Clintons are sending Comer says, "We want to take a moment, given everything, to address you directly. This past year has seen our government engage in unprecedented acts, including against our own citizens." Like they're trying to act like this is some kind of big political stand that Trump is unhinged.
Wow.
People have been seized by masked federal agents from their homes, their workplace, and the streets off their communities. Okay, but you guys still have to follow the law. Like, you didn't show up for something that's not related to ICE. It's related to Epstein.
Yeah.
You were on Epstein Island, bro. Like, this isn't even up for debate.
Like, stop with the smoke and mirrors. Don't be like, there are all these political injustices, and therefore it was a good decision for us not to do, like, what?
Yeah.
I don't like this kind of, I hate this kind of thing. Like, it could be first off, this is a 4 different shots of this letter. And you could just be like, we're not showing up. You can talk to our lawyer. But instead, you're trying to make politics out of it while pretending you're the neutral guys.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason they turn the comments off. Like, I mean, I'm going to, arrest them both now. This is no different than Bannon, right? Really? I mean, it is like no different.
I mean, I thought it was like what you're supposed to do when people don't show up for subpoenas. You guys did it to Bannon. This is another quote. "Every person has to decide when they have seen or had enough and are ready to fight for this country, its principles, and its people, no matter the consequences. For us, now is the time."
They really think they're the heroes in this story. Bill Clinton was banging girls on Epstein Island, allegedly. He was at least swimming with what appeared to be a topless Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't really know that he's Yeah, Navarro too is the other one. You know, Jeremy needs to dye his beard with Eagles green streaks. Look, we get to 2,000. We get to 2,500. I'll shave my head. Like,
I don't think it's as fun as dyeing your beard, to be honest. But
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close to coming home anyway. Oh, Jeremy, I'm sorry about your suicide. Yeah, sorry, guys. I just feel like Donald Trump has to react to this by saying, all right, well, we're issuing an arrest warrant. You don't get to just not show up. That's not how this works. Wow, you guys see where the Florida governor candidate James Fishbeck will propose a 50% sin tax on OnlyFans fans creators if he gets elected. I did see that, and I bookmarked the video. I don't know if is that guy like a groyper though? Like, I think he has some pretty spicy politics, or am I confusing him with somebody else? I could be confused. I don't want to I don't know.
I don't know about him.
By the way, I'm not even saying being a groyper is necessarily bad, all bad. I just mean, I saw that and I was like, I feel like this guy was like a little out there, but I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. But yeah, that I mean, I would support that. I would support an outright ban on it.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Would.
Yeah.
I've gone back and forth.
Sometimes I feel like if you ban this stuff, it's like a violation of like your potential civil liberties, even though it's wrong. Like I think it's morally corrupt and it leads people down a bad path. But like hypothetically, if you're an OnlyFans creator, you have the right to choose to do that.
The tax part, I think
you didn't.
The tax part is totally within reason. Sin tax is something that they do on cigarettes.
And
they do it on alcohol. Yep, cigarettes, alcohol, I believe. Probably gambling, almost certainly on like gambling winnings. I would argue that at minimum, a sin tax on OnlyFans work would be very reasonable. 50%, 75%, that seems fine by me.
I can understand that. It's the ban where it's like, even though hypothetically I'd want it, I like don't want to give up civil liberties.
Yeah, I don't think pornography is a First Amendment right, though. I know a lot of people disagree with me.
I agree on that though. I don't think it is. And you do see a lot of trafficking and rape and all that stuff going on within the porn industry as well.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a gray area for some people, but I don't think getting rammed in the ass on camera is art.
No, I mean I don't think it's good, but it's like they have the freedom to change it, and there's like a level of like I don't want to regulate it.
Hannah Claire is just such a consummate professional.
Of the new year. Yeah. Quote of the new year. I love it.
Hannah Claire just has to bulldoze through.
Like an interesting topic, but it's not that I disagree. It's one of those things. I think it's easy to be like, ban it, and like I'd be like, yeah, for sure, it's bad. It's linked to.
I know they'll never ban it. I know they'll never really be able to ban it. But there are still things of like, I can have that moral position at least and say like, I think if anything, if men care about other men and why we have a loneliness epidemic and we have a huge problem with women, the number one problem is pornography, and it's not even close. And people I know that I just said that, like the gooners are going to come after me.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you dead serious. This is bad. This isn't some dumbass politician saying, video game violence causes real world violence. There's real scientific evidence that, excessive pornography consumption rewires your brain. And it is just bad all around. It is bad, and that goes for women too. Women have their
with
pornography
their smutty
too.
Novels. Yeah.
They have their smutty novels. I mean, how many women went to see 50 Shades of Grey?
Exactly.
It's the same shit. Like, it's not good for women to be fantasizing about other men. And it's just the reality of it. Now, are they going to not make movies like that? No, of course not. But now I guess I've become older. Like, I don't even watch TV shows with gratuitous sex scenes in it.
Yeah.
By the way, also I got recommended. So I watched Pluribus. Listen to this. It's a great concept for a show.
Okay.
The main actor is a lesbian author.
Okay.
Fine. Then my wife says we should watch this show called The Monster in Me. It's like a thriller. This woman is an author coincidentally, also a fucking lesbian.
Oh,
Two of like the
wow.
newest shows have female lesbian authors as the main lead. And I'm like,
Wow.
what the hell? We started watching it last night. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I can't watch another fucking gay lesbian show. Can't do it. And she's like, but all the girls at the salon say it's so great. I'm like, fucking watch it then. I'm not. Like, I can't anymore with this. It's like,
Well, it's not like watching like kind of the same movie twice. I can't remember the name of the show. It might
well,
be like
that's the
somehow-
biggest part of it. It's like, I've seen this before.
Yeah,
It's another
like
unlikable female lesbian, and it's the exact same fucking character. Like, literally. Which show? It's called I think it's called The Beast in Me, or it's a new show on
It's like about like it's a lesbian author who lives in like a White House, and then like a rich guy moves into the neighborhood.
who's been accused of killing his wife.
Yes.
It's like a cool true crime story, but it's literal like girl porn. It's like, I don't know. I
didn't get that take from it. I like that one because I thought like there were times where if she wasn't gay, they would have like made a romance and it didn't work. So it, like in that sense, it worked for the plot. But if you had just watched one where it's like same concept, lesbian writer as lead, like you know, diversity is okay in some intellectual capacity.
That was, I think I mean, it's like I watched Pluribus all to the end, and I will watch season 2. I really liked it. It's not great, but I thought it was pretty good. This show, I was like, I just watched lesbian power fantasies. Like, I don't want to watch another one where the lesbian outsmarts the man. Like, now, I don't know if that's how it ends, but I was just like, I'm out. But people say it's good.
It is. I thought it was good.
Yeah. People call Fishback a groiper because he refuses to disavow Fuentes and says they're patriotic and informed. He's got some weird viewpoints. Well, I mean, I don't think you have to nobody should have to disavow anybody. That's a weird thing that started in like 2016 where they're like, do you disavow this? How about I just nothing this person?
Right.
If you don't like Nick Fuentes, don't watch his videos. Like, I don't have to disavow everybody you disagree with.
Right.
And I think that's kind of gone away now. That's kind of lost its power now. But
I think it hit a little bit of like saturation. Like, everyone who was supposed to disavow someone, like,
I can't keep a list. Like, they try to do with Tucker too. You have to disavow Tucker. I'm like, how about, you know what? I happen to think Tucker's fallen off, but like, I'm not going to put out a tweet being like, boo Tucker. Like, I thought he did a great investigation on Thomas Matthew Crooks. Did I like him going to Russia and glazing it and acting like, wow, look at the bread in the Russian grocery store. Wow. I thought that was cringe. But like, all these, like, it's like the woke right people, the people that are calling people woke right, like, you have to disavow Tucker because he's anti. No, I don't. I don't have to do anything. I just don't watch Tucker.
People just don't like being told what to do. You know,
Yeah.
like, you don't. I'm not going to disavow anyone because you demanded that I do it.
Yeah, it's very, very weird. And I think Tucker is so capable of amazing work. If somebody says I have to disavow somebody, I'm more likely to be like, no, in fact, I support them. Why do you think Nick Fuentes got so popular? It's because everybody's been saying for 10 years that he's bad, Russian bread is awesome. Yeah, but I think he was glazing it a little bit. It was as if American grocery stores don't have great bread too. Like, oh, only in Russia. Look at the bread. It was only 25 cents. I'm like,
people complain about our bread a lot. They don't like what's in it.
That's true. It's classified as cake in Europe because it's so bad. It has so much sugar in it. But anyway, how do we get? Oh, because somebody brought up that OnlyFans thing.
How did we get here? I don't know. That's how we get to the show every time.
Yeah. And by the way, this is breaking right now. We've got another one. Another woman trying to run police over in her car right now.
Oh my.
And do you hear the people in the crowd? Go, 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 go,
Wow.
go. The exact. Oh, I totally forgot that this is what I wanted to talk about because I wanted to get your girls' take on this.
Ooh.
Because I think it's actually maybe the saddest part of the shooting, the Minneapolis shooting. So there's audio of this woman's wife immediately after she gets shot. Okay.
Oh.
And she's yelling out to the police, basically like, I'll just find it. What it proves is these women just never thought it was real. They were just out there LARPing. Here.
Why did you have real bullets? Oh,
Why did you have real bullets? She's dead. It's my fault. What the fuck were these women thinking? Like, what did you think they had rubber bullets in their guns?
Wow.
Well, we talked about this at the time, which is
It's
like
so
the immediate
heartbreaking.
thing was like, well, you should have shot the tire or something. Like,
Yeah.
the idea that
I
we
hate
would
it when people say stuff.
send law enforcement to a situation. Yeah.
You got to
Like,
shoot the
what-
steering wheel. Yeah.
With the legs, shoot the tires, it's like, oh my goodness. You could tell they've never operated a gun in their life. Or been in this type of situation.
Yeah. Because, like, if you were in the opposite where you needed a police officer to defend you and he only brought rubber bullets, you would probably be like, sir, what?
Don't you think, like, I think the real take, like, shoot the accelerator. Yeah. I
Shoot
just
the
think, like,
gas tank. Let it leak out.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think, like, man, these women are so, the people, not just women, but the women in this case, they represent basically all these people. They are completely brainwashed. Why did you use real bullets? What the fuck did you think this was?
Yeah.
It's just so, I mean, like, I feel bad for her.
You used a real car that could have killed that guy.
Right. Yes.
These are the
100%.
same people that are like going to be like, police are always violent. We need to whatever defund the police. They're always too aggressive. So like on the one hand, you'll say that you live in fear of the police. On the other hand, you're like, what? You brought a gun with bullets in it? This is crazy. Like the cognitive dissonance doesn't make sense to me. Either you know they're armed and you are fearful of them and you wouldn't do something like this, or you don't believe it, or you want this situation to happen. I mean, I hate to have that as a third option, but I do think there's this like fantasy for so many people that they are going to be the next martyr.
Yeah.
These other people, like the one egging on that other woman saying, go, go, go. They want these people dying because they want to have these martyrs for their social justice movement and so that they can keep posting about it.
Isn't it kind of the only explanation?
Yeah.
Like, by the way, the wife told her, go, baby, go. Like right before they shot her. Like she screamed at her to accelerate. I showed you that other video where people in the crowd are yelling. And there's several times she taps on the gas again.
Yeah.
By the way, Tim Walz was the one that signed the law. I don't know if people knew this. In 2020, that authorized lethal force from police officers if somebody's weaponizing their car. Fun fact. Fun fact. Tim Walz is...
He's going to get impeached now. People are going to be mad about that.
I just like, I don't like, I feel bad for both of these women as a human. Yeah. I'm not saying like, I think the cop acted entirely within his rights.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the other woman who's egging around to drive should probably be criminally charged with some crime too. But at some point you're still a human and you're just like, you hear this woman crying out, you killed her. Why did you use real bullets? It's like, this woman never had any fucking idea what she was doing out there. Yeah. She had no business being out there. And now someone she loved is dead. And like, I just, there's nobody on the left really understanding that take. They're just like, well, they murdered her. It's like, yeah, they did. They killed her. Maybe you shouldn't be banging on cops' windows. Right. Maybe you shouldn't be fucking surrounding their cars. Maybe you shouldn't be throwing frozen bottles of ice at them. Like,
well, the like partner wife gal said in an interview, like, I told her to come out here. That's what I've heard, at least, which is,
she said
I
that.
can understand feeling that guilt, right? Like you brought someone you love into a dangerous situation and encouraged them to make bad choices. Like
she also told her to drive.
Right. That guilt must be horrible. I can empathize with that, but also like, so reflect back and change your ways. Like this is obviously not a movement that you should be supporting. And I don't think you should sacrifice your family for it. Like this is crazy. I feel bad for this woman's kid. Like you're going to grow up without a mom and then also be surrounded by people who are feeding you crazy information about the world you're in. I bet the child grows up as someone who is deeply insecure.
She's going to hate
fearful.
Police. Yeah. The kid's going to grow up hating police. Imagine, if you will, you're this lesbian woman who opened the door to get in the car and you had just said, turn the car off. She would be alive right now.
Right. Yep.
Baby, just get out of the car. Let them arrest you. I'll bail you out. this woman's going to have to live with that for the rest of her life. She told her to drive.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't care one bit about that. Like, as kind of, it's like you compartmentalize it. Like, this woman made a huge fucking mistake, and she's sitting there thinking, well, why weren't the bullets rubber? Like, what were you think? What did you think was going to happen when you tried to run a cop over, you idiot? And now she's dead. Her 6-year-old doesn't have a mom. And, you know, and like, it's just, people are getting radicalized. Like, Swimmeroo says, play stupid games, win super prizes. I 100% agree. But I'm still human. And I still feel like, man, there's a million chances for this to not end the way it did. And if like you really loved her, you would have said, get out of the car.
Yep.
Just put it in park. I'll bail you out. Not drive.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, I think for the rest of this woman's life, she's going to be hearing drive, baby, drive in her head. I guarantee it. She'll probably kill herself. Like, either that or she'll be a sociopath and think she did nothing wrong, and she'll just say that, you know, she'll use that money to start up
Like, what a crazy
anti-cop
thing to
thing.
do, to be like, come to this protest and drive a car at an ICE agent. That's nuts.
Yeah. Steve Viner says these awfuls live in alternative universes. They are in effing federal. They are effing federal officers. Of course, they use real bullets. I just think these people, that's why they always cry. Like, there's another video of a woman where an officer is like, get the fuck out of here. And she just bursts into tears. She's like, why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, you're sitting in your car blocking in a federal law enforcement officer while he's making an arrest. Like, how did you think this was gonna go? Like, it'd be like people joining Squid Games and being like, what? They kill people. Like, I just don't understand that. I don't know if it's cognitive dissonance or if it's just, they just see the videos online and they get so high on their own supply and they think, you know, none of this is real. If it's the SSRIs, I mean, I'm on SSRIs and I know cops' guns have real bullets. I know if I try to run one over, they're going to shoot me. Like, I don't really understand. Like Hannah Claire said, how can you go from these are fascist Nazis killing people to, oh, just run them over, you'll be fine.
It doesn't make sense to me how you can have both thoughts at once. And I think to a certain extent there is a like we talked about this a little bit earlier in the week when there was a bunch of protesters outside a courthouse, I think, and like one guy starts getting really amped up on the adrenaline and starts like trying to break the door, and another guy's like, don't do that. And I think there is this like,
that's a guy that cares about him. You
right.
know?
And I think there is this in the moment, like terrible decision making. Everyone around you is like, it's great to confront them and you should do your part. Like the guy, the Marlon girl who we were watching in the beginning, she's like, I wish I could do more. I wonder if there is this crazy moment where they're like, this is my moment to do the big thing. But they have no actual belief that they are putting themselves at risk. They're putting the officers at risk. They're putting everyone involved at risk when they do these things. Because ultimately, all they're thinking about is their own glory.
It's like a psychosis, I think, that they're in. They really like, they really convince themselves when they're down there that they're in the right and everything they're doing is righteous and good, and there will be no consequences. It's why they always cry. There was that shaved-headed woman yesterday who like threw a frozen bottle at ICE. They chased her down, put her face in the snow, and arrested her. And it's like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yep.
I don't understand. Like, these people were not raised well. And I think there's been some sort of like grooming ring. I talked about it yesterday. They're using churches, by the way, to train these people. They're going into Lutheran churches in Minnesota, and they're training these people there. It's like these women are bored. They think they're the hero in the story. They think they're just totally. T-Rex says she hit a cop with a car. What did you expect to happen? Life tip: don't scare the hell out of somebody with a gun. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. She got what she deserved. 100%. That's a clean shoot. I never wavered even once. But I'm saying I still feel bad. Like, I still feel bad that she was let down by everyone around her.
Yeah.
Well, and like, we don't want to celebrate the loss of life, even if it's people who, like, ideology we don't agree with. I mean, didn't we all learn from what happened with Charlie Kirk? Like, you have to be consistent. And it's not that I'm in any way happy that she died. I just think that like she was making decisions that made what happened likely to occur. And I'm sad for her that was the life she chose. I mean, she's separated from her child forever now.
Right.
She also abandoned her first 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she wasn't like
exactly
a
a
person
good mom.
I would choose, but again, like I'm not going to celebrate her death. I think that this should not be something that should be replicated by people who claim to share her ideology. And unfortunately, it seems like this is now their plan, to throw themselves in front of cars or block intersections or whatever when they shouldn't, and to hope that the narrative becomes like ICE out of control, constantly attacking drivers in street.
Right. Someone else is going to get killed too. There's going to be another one. And, right. If it's that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say ICE out of control, but it's not working. I feel the same way about this woman's death as I would some thug from the hood going in to rob a store and getting shot by cops.
Mm-hmm.
They made the decision to go in there. They made a decision to, they made every decision that led up to their death. And then when their families subsequently get those, like, put the t-shirts out, they find the one picture of them in their graduation uniform and they put it out and they say he was a good boy. What do we say? Yeah, right. He was robbing the store. It's the same thing with this woman. Just get out of the fucking car. You had 100 opportunities to de-escalate that, but she was in some form of psychosis or derangement. She really thought, I'm doing something great here. They're all and everyone out there is cheering her on. It's that crowd's fault. It's her wife's fault that she's dead. Nobody there ran up to her window and said, just get out of the car. They're going to arrest you. Just get out of the car. Not one. I mean, like, look, I've been around plenty of friends who have been, and I've prevented a lot of stupid decisions in my life enough to know that you can almost always just like get involved and say, like, dude, just fucking chill. Like, don't fight over this. Like, let's just go to a different bar. Let's just go, do you want to go to jail or do you want to go home? Like, that shit, like, and they just are incapable of that because they're the heroes in their own stories.
Mm.
Oh, Swimmeroo says, Hannah Claire, thank you for your perspective. I rescind my prior chat. Uh-oh, did you? Okay.
On what?
I don't know, but it sounds like.
Oh, you changed an opinion.
Changed
You
your mind.
influence.
Oh, the play stupid games, win stupid prizes one. Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a stupid game, but like,
yeah.
I don't know.
They
I
don't
have to
know
like
it-
protect my own soul in this, and I don't want to celebrate
Yeah.
death,
Right.
Yeah. Did your pastor say anything about this? My pastor brought it up on Sunday, and I was like, oh, and here we go. And he said, all I can say is, Lord, have mercy. And that's all he said. And I was like, okay, good. Because I saw a lot of pastors come out and say, and politicize it and say that they were murdered by police.
Oh, wow.
All this kind of stuff. People were, yeah. And I was like, oh, please don't say anything about it. But I think that's
I like
fine.
this church. Come on, team.
I told my wife, like, I was sitting there, I'm like, uh-oh. Like, if he says they murder him, we're going to a different church.
Right.
Like, that's it. But I was like, okay. He said, all I could say is, Lord have mercy. And I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But with that, we'll be back tomorrow at 2 Eastern. Girls, you want to let the people know what you got going on, where they can find your content?
You can find my content eventually when I finally post some. I'm really behind. I apologize
Lazy.
for that. I'm Hannah Claire B on Rumble, YouTube, and X. I do some news, some cultural analysis. There'll be stuff there shortly. Melanie, why don't you tell people where you're actually being productive?
All right, you guys can find me at Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I've got Bible verse of the day every day. And then I also have gaming streams at Melanie Mack. I'll be continuing Bloodborne tonight. Been having a blast with that game. And then on Instagram at Melanie Mack, where I've been posting a lot more reels lately. So would love to see y'all there.
All right. Yeah. Follow them up and support their content. I'll be back tomorrow with everyone's favorite Luke Rodowski and Hannah Claire at 2 Eastern. Then Thursday, the girls will be back. And Friday, it'll be Lone Wolf Cast. So full week of news for you. I'm sure we'll have lots of breaking stuff. Go say hi to Viva. And we'll see you guys real soon.